clear, General? Give me a sign.
The Battle of South Mountain broke out on September 14th, 1862 in the Fox's Gap and Turner's Gap areas after Confederate gunners opened fire on Federal forces moving toward the base of the mountain. Confederate General Samuel Garland and Federal General Jesse Reno both received mortal wounds during the heavy fighting near Fox's Gap. The fighting in these areas continued most of the day as charges and countercharges were made. By evening, the ends of the Confederate line had been turned and were in danger of being flanked. Recognizing this, General Lee ordered his forces to withdraw during the night.
This investigation has been planned for well over 6 months in preparation for September 14th, 2007, 145 years, the anniversary of the Battle of South Mountain.
The team investigate the area, the marker, where General Jesse Lee Reno died, killed in battle, September 14th, 1862.
Where exactly are we heading to right now? We're heading up Lansville Road, right off the end of Monument Road. The wall is about a quarter-mile up. The wall is where the dividing line between the Union and Confederate armies the day of the battle.
After a thorough reconnaissance, the Confederate general realized he would need more men to hold his ground. About 7 o'clock, they opened fire upon our right and pushed forward a large force to the dense woods. General Samuel Garland's brigade was sent in to meet this overwhelming force and succeeded in checking it and securing the road from any further attack that day. This brilliant service, however, cost us the life of that pure, gallant, and accomplished Christian soldier, General Samuel Garland.
Confederate dead were dumped down the well of Daniel Wise, located northwest. In 1874, they were re-entered in Hagerstown, Maryland.
Based on historical resources, the team believe they found the well, now filled in with sand, gravel, and debris. History states Union soldiers dumped 60 Confederate bodies down Farmer Wise as well, paying him $60 in compensation. Union casualties of 28,000 engaged were 2,325, 443 killed, 1,807 wounded, and 75 missing. Still missing. The actual EVP was recorded later in the evening. As the group gathered and sat around the monument, questions were asked. Weather conditions did not allow for video. However, photographs were taken. Although skepticism filled the woods, the investigators felt the presence amongst them. Approximately 20 minutes into the EVP session, AdventureMyths member Michael Richard was overcome with an overwhelming feeling of distress. The session was ended immediately, and the group returned back to their base camp.
So we decided to do some EVP work. So we sat down in different places and shut the lights off and just listened for a while. And at that point, Frank started to question, asked if any entities were present and if they would show themselves. At first we heard one small crashing type sound in the woods, and Frank also found that he felt as though that there was someone directly behind him. And I think we all felt from time to time there was some changes in temperatures.
My name is J.R. Fitzwater. I was invited up here tonight as a guest, and I wanted to come up and kind of get a first-hand, eye view or a witness of, what exactly goes on. And I don't know what we saw or what we heard, but there were some things that I know that can't be coincidence. What if there were presence around us tonight? I'm very pleased from what I saw, and I can't say that I can rule out anything we did see tonight or hear.
This is my first investigation with the guys. It's been quite an adventure. It's a very interesting place up here. It's full of life, nice fresh air for a change. There was a lot of camaraderie out here, as I imagine there was back when the battle was fought.
Dark and stormy night, and here we are, yet again with coincidences in another investigation. Definitely some cold chills coming tonight. Definitely some strange sounds from the woods as well. While we were sitting out there, I thought I was hearing footsteps or movement in the trees. Could it have been the rain? Could it have been something out there? I don't know. It's hard to tell. We've had branches come down at the same time as asking for a sign to be shown. We even had one member not feel too well after being out there at this famed haunted location. So again, we're stuck with a lot more questions than when we originally came here. What's truly going on here? What's causing some of the things that happened tonight? Is the area, the well that's now covered up, is it actually still haunted by the souls of the men that were tossed down there? It's hard to tell. Maybe we'll be back here next year at the same time on the 146th anniversary of the battle. We'll see what happens, but I think it was definitely worth the trip up here. I think there's definitely something going on. No matter how much of a coincidence, there's something out here to it.
It's been said that 58 Confederate soldiers lie dead on this grounds were picked up by Union and dumped in Farmer Daniel Wise's dry well. They stayed there for 12 years until they were dug back up and given a proper burial in Hagerstown, Maryland. Daniel Wise was eventually allowed back on his property, only to find a bullet-ridden house that was unlivable and a well full of dead Confederate soldiers.
Somebody see my contact?
You got to look in under the tree and you'll see it just basically some black plastic and some rocks and fill dirt.
There have been reports of Sasquatch here at South Mountain. If you look into the bush here on this enchanted eve, did you see the flash? Did you see? Oh wait, there's a sighting. Look how well dressed and groomed Sasquatch is.
Bite me.